Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be covering the actual crimes, legal or, moral crimes of Cyraxx. Because I've realised, although I make videos on him and basically bully him, let's be honest, some people might not know why we do this and why I think it's okay to do it because he is an awful human. So I'll be going through in chronological order the disgusting acts and crimes he's done, just so you can really get a feeling of who this terrible person is and understand why there's such a big community around making videos and shit talking him basically. But I'll start at the earliest point of record of when he has just been a disgusting person. This won't be a typical commentary video like I do. This might be more educational, more information. And which is a shame, I like the commentary. I'm also in a really good mood as well. My rugby team won today, Wales, love them. So it's annoying I have to make this kind of depressing video covering disgusting actions, but it is what it is. I like making videos on YouTube, I like this, and hopefully you guys learn something about this awful person today. Also for the record, if I sound a little shit, a little dead, I'm a slight bit hungover while recording this, so I'm not fully recovered, but that's not going to stop me. And we'll start with the first horrendous and actual crime, by the way. So the first incident occurred on February the 12th of 2012 and is called the Kansas incident. This occurred because Cyraxx had been talking to a buddy troll and catfish like fake girlfriend who requested Cyraxx to move and live in Kansas with him. And for context here, Chance had no car or money to get to Kansas. So he had a genius thought and decided to pack his bags and told Sally he would walk or hitchhike to Kansas. Bear in mind he lives in Ohio, yeah? Entirely different states, let me make that clear. I don't know how far these states are. I don't know American geography very well, I do apologise. But in return, Sally tried to stop Chance, obviously. And what did this little shit do? He had a major freak out and physically assaulted her, is what he did. And I'll get into the exact details in just 1 second. So Cyraxx would actually end up spending a night in prison due to this incident, and therefore, yes, there are police reports and a mugshot, which you can actually see on the left of the screen here. So yeah, that infamous photo of Cyraxx is the mugshot after he physically beat his elderly grandmother, who I'm showing on the right now. That is honestly fucking insane. And I'll get what the police report actually said, and it's despicable, honestly. So I've got the report on the screen, but I'm going to read it out for you as well, because let's be real, it's pretty small. So it states, victim states she and the suspect were arguing because he wanted to take his belongings and move to Kansas. Victim, who is Sally, states he has nothing lined up or planned for a move to Kansas and told him he could not take his things from the house. Victim states the argument quickly turned physical when the suspect began to choke her, grabbed her arms and punched her in the back. Suspect fled on foot and was apprehended without incident. And this perfectly shows just how awful a human which Chance actually is, because how can you do something like that? That is disgusting and just... no normal person will ever do that. But lay their hands and physically abuse their grandmother, their parents, to the point where it's a police report, and he actually got sent away for a while. He got sent away, and that just shows how deranged and fucking weird his head is. But I hope you got a little insight in why we cover this man to such extreme extent, because he's not a good person. So the woman coming up on the right of your screen is called Candle Smith, and she is also a victim of Chance's actions. Although this wasn't legally a crime, there was no police involved, it absolutely should have been, and it is vile. So basically, Chance had a romantic interest in this woman, yeah? That's fine. However, she wanted to be friends. Chance wouldn't have that. He would make multiple passes at her, and as she kept rejecting him, he just got more and more angry. So as a result, entirely normal response from the Goblin, he decided to fully dox her, harass her and her family, and even phone her landlord, which is very much stalking, and harassment. So in order to escape Chance, this woman actually faked her own death and even changed her name just to try and get away from him and the entire community which was building, because this incident actually helped Chance become very known within the local community, as it led to people like the GOAT, Music Biz Marty, becoming aware of Chance's actions. However, I will say, don't feel too sorry for this woman. She has multiple warrants out for her arrest and is also a very bad person. I'm not victim blaming, but that's why I feel slightly less weird about including her photo. However, it is public information. Anyone could have searched it up as well. I got it from like a lolcow wiki, so. Also, for the record, this occurred around the times of 2019 to 2020, just to stay in order and keep the timeline like flowing, I guess. But don't worry, folks. Chance has even more deplorable actions to go through. Now, this is one of the more disgusting ones, so I'll give a warning, because this involves unconsensual actions, and if you can't take that, just skip forwards. I don't blame you, this is not a very nice story. So basically, Cyraxx told a story on stream to his fake girlfriend, Tangerine Cat, about how when he was 22 or 23, still in high school by the way, insane, a blind kid named Billy had unconsensually done sexual actions to him, and somehow that got Chance expelled from his school for his own safety. Now, obviously, this story makes no sense, because why would he be expelled if these events happened to him and not the perpetrator? So after hearing this, Music Biz Marty actually interviewed the real blind Billy, who told the entire opposite of the story which Chance did, and exposed the truth, stating that it was actually Chance who did the unconsensual acts to Billy, and that's why he was expelled. Billy stated that Cyraxx was staying at his house as the power at Cyraxx's house was out, and they were playing video games late into the night and sleeping in the same room. And I will give another warning, this is where it gets a little graphic, so be careful, not warn yourself, prepare yourself. Billy states that he was laying on his stomach on the floor when Cyraxx decided to remove the lower clothing, all of it, and started rubbing his member onto Billy and assaulting him, which is just horrendous. And Billy went through the next day of school just worrying, panicking, and he eventually told the police and the school, which led to Cyraxx getting expelled. But what the fuck, genuinely, this is disgusting, and it shows how bad a person this man is. So Cyraxx and blind Billy would actually end up having, not a conversation, an argument, a discussion on Marty's call, where Cyraxx just freaked the fuck out. He was screaming, trying to deny these allegations, but then later in the same call then admitted they were true. So genuinely, this is outrageous. If you want to watch the call, just search up blind Billy interview on YouTube, it'll come up. Marty does it, Cyraxx later joins. I won't do like a commentary on this video here, because I want to keep this serious and to the point, because when you're talking about someone this disgusting, that's what you have to do. Today we're ignoring the fun parts, and we do have to get to a nitty gritty about why this man is covered so much, why he is like known as the next Chris Chan, why he's so documented. He's an awful person, right? And he fully deserves whatever is done to him and whatever is said about him. So this is where this video is going to get pretty damn grim, as the topic of Chance talking to children comes up. The major incident in this is the Masshole Reports catfish, in which Chance sent nude photos and said disgusting things to a person he fully believed was 14, like entirely. He was certain on it. And yeah, Chance fully thought this person was a child and still decided to send photos and videos of his junk. And after sending these photos, he would send a message after saying, "Your turn, cutie," which is, it taunted him. It's a very infamous line in this community. But he would later then try and deny these allegations through so many stupid little methods. He said that he was illegally entrapped, it was edited, he got hacked, and that the person said they were an adult before he sent the disgusting photos. All of which is a lie, by the way. Do not believe this man and his excuses. Excuses, oh my god, I can't speak. But yeah, this guy is disgusting. I've said that so many times, but it's because I'm right, and everyone knows it. He is awful. He is infamous, and he is a threat to people. Like, there's so many more examples of him talking to children, which I just won't get into because it's disgusting. But I want you guys to know he's a danger. Like, his Fortnite's friend list is known to be full of kids. He speaks to kids on Discord, on Facebook. It's horrible. And that's why people try and brick his devices so much, so he can't actually access the internet and speak to these people, because otherwise he's a threat to the entire community and children. So the next incident occurred in June of 2023 when a protester called Aware of Myself showed up to Cyraxx's house. In this video you can see here, and holding a poster with the phrase "Chance Wilkins is a child predator" written on it. The protester would gather Chance's neighbours and form a mini protest against the Wilkins, which is just hilarious because their own neighbours are joining a random person because they hate Chance that much. Chance, as you can see in this video, would exit his house with a baseball bat and swing several times on a protester, which is just insane. I've actually got a video of all the footage. I talk about it in depth. We've even got the police dash cam after, so I implore you to watch that. It'll give you great context to this specific incident. But basically, later in the evening, the police would actually show up and arrest Cyraxx. In the video, you can hear him whine like an absolute bitch. He's screaming, he's crying, and then he'll be put in a police car and brought into the Akron PD jail. He was later bonded out by Sally for only $304, as it was just a first-degree assault, I believe. So I might round this video out now, as I have felt I've covered the major events to show you why he's an awful person and just give context on why I talk about him the way I do, because we have every right to make fun of him. If you want to go into more depth, I'll have further videos you can search up online. There's probably thousands of videos on this man, and I implore you to look and immerse yourself in the community because it's very interesting and it's great that more people know about his actions. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. That'll be an awesome goal for me because I'm having so much fun creating videos, and I want to keep doing it, and I will keep doing it because some of the comments you guys have left have been so nice, so kind, and to keep me motivated. But wherever you are, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever, and remember, you're not Chance Wilkins. You're not a disgusting person. You're doing well, and if you're not, things will get better. I've been through bad shit. We all have. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You boys have got this, and I'll see you in the next video.